because I'm seeing like different names, like Star, Airship,
Look at the first
Bowser.
letter. Look at the first letter.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah,
oh
S
no.
A B C.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, okay. I was just making sure.
Yeah, first letter, bro.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Time Podcast. I'm Tanner for T.
I'm Akeem for I.
I'm Mario for M.
I am E for Edgar, and welcome to the Time Podcast once again, as Tanner said, where we got nothing but time. Or you can go ahead and introduce our topic for today.
And since this is our first episode with Mario, we thought why not have a better topic than ranking all of the mainline Mario games. So that includes 2D and 3D Mario, as you can see here. We all grew up differently with Mario, and I think that's what makes these videos fun, is our different takes with them. So for the tier list, just to explain it, the top tier is called Star. We have A for Airship. B is called Bowser, C is called Cappy, D is Donkey Kong, and F is Fawful. Just to kind of clarify those. And let's begin with the first game being the first Super Mario Bros. Game on the NES. Definitely a very classic game, and I think that's a great way to describe this game. This is just one of those games where everything went right. The music is catchy, the graphics really build out the world very well. A very simple plot of rescuing Peach from Bowser. This is just a very fun and simple game. I don't think it's like amazing in terms of the game itself, but the impact it had was really big. This game kickstarted the franchise, and the whole concept of Mario is very weird. And the fact that this game was really able to sell people on the concept of Mario, you know, a plumber who can eat flowers and mushrooms, defeat turtles, all that stuff. The fact that this game was able to sell that is really impressive. So I'll probably go A tier for this one. Maybe high B, but I think A tier fits it well. Iking, what do you think of the original?
I actually really enjoy the original a lot. This was probably my most replayed Mario game because just how easy it is to just pick up right from the get go. And I actually played this game a lot on the Wii Virtual Console. Y'all remember that? So it's like, I enjoy it every time I play it. It's pretty simple, and it's like you can like just show off in this game in speed run, and it's just really satisfying to see. So just for the fact that the game is charming enough, it has a simple goal, and the controls are fun. So I definitely put it in A.
How about you, Mario?
So it's an interesting game. I don't have much of memory with this game. To be honest, I don't even know if I even completed the game. um, but either way, it is a very influential game for its time, but a very quick game. But personally, it just didn't have that much of an impact on me. So personally, I would say from my experience, a B tier.
I think I'm gonna have to agree on Mario here. Again, it is the first game in the Super Mario Bros. Franchise. However, when you're comparing it to every other single game on this list, like, it does hold up at some points, but also like has very minimal um playstyles. I know it's simple 2D and everything, but like I think the only power up in this is the air flower and the star. Pretty much it. And the fun game, very challenging for what it is. We'll talk about a more fucking challenging game later. For me, the game's simple. It runs well for its time. I'm pretty sure it was very addictive. All would want to go to the arcade and play it. So we'll put it in B tier though.
Okay, so we have a bit of division here. Iking, since I was kind of like high B, low A, would you be willing to go high B?
No.
Oh.
But if you're since it's more leaning towards B, then we're gonna agree with put it on high B. I don't have a choice.
We'll go, we'll go high B. I see what Edgar and Mario, you mean. Like, I think it has a great impact, but if we measure the game on itself, then I think it'll be um, high B. We'll put it there. Does that sound good with everyone?
I'm good with it.
Sounds good to me.
No.
Your opinion doesn't matter.
Don't worry, but
All
this
right.
next one will.
All right. So Lost Levels. So I don't know if I love this game that much. I think I like the challenge. It's a good challenge. I think it's fair. It's not like unfair, but the thing about this game, for being the sequel, they don't add a whole ton. Like, I think the only new power up is like the poison mushroom. I think. I don't know. Um, I think maybe you have some nighttime stages, but the fact that those are the only two new things, this is maybe like low C, maybe high D. I like the challenge, but nothing about this game is really new. And this was a sequel that they got in Japan. So for being a sequel, I just wish they added a couple new elements to it.
Yo, T, I'm sorry. You got to speak for yourself. This game is absolutely ridiculous, and it's. I mean, call me bad at video games, but this game is really hard, and it is ridiculous. And I don't know if I can consider it a good or bad game on like my third replay of it, because I played this game when I was 11, and it just pissed me off so much, and I'm debating putting it in either D or F. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I probably just keep playing it because of the challenge of it all. But if I decided to just play it just for fun now, I I honestly wouldn't know if I'd have a good time. I don't know. What do y'all think? What do y'all experience on the Lost Levels?
Personally, I honestly heard about this when I was like 15 years old. I did not know this game even existed, to be honest. Um, so and the fact that like Tanner said, this game didn't really add anything. It was kind of using the same assets from the previous game. So um, I mean, I'll give it slack. It came out a little bit after the first game, not too long after. But just with my experience alone, I probably have to say either a D tier game.
This game, while it was very challenging, I still had fun with it. It does lack some extra content. The first one, but I still had enjoyment even though I I was getting killed every now and then. I will say that the first time in the first level, how they introduced the poison mushroom, I thought it was a regular power, so my dumbass grabbed it and I died to it. So yeah, that was like first experience with the mushroom. Other than that, it's not bad. It's not amazing. Like I'm gonna have to agree with 10 on this one. I think I would put it in maybe mid or low C when we get to that.
Yeah, I like how they included the poison mushroom reference in the Mario movie. Okay, Iking, what do you not like about this game besides the difficulty, like the level structure? Like besides that, what do you not like about it?
I kind of agree with what you guys said. Just reusing assets, and it's understandable why during that time. But
Mm-hmm.
it's not so much that I genuine. It's more of an ironic way of disliking it, if that makes
Okay.
sense. Like I, like this is the game I come to for pain type shit.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a guilty pleasure, guilty
Yeah.
pain. Okay.
So I agree putting it in C.
Mario, are you okay with that?
I mean, I don't have much experience with the game, so yeah, it's fine.
Did you find it challenging or?
I have never played it before.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. So now we move on to, in my opinion, the best game called Super Mario Bros. 2, the USA version. I absolutely love this game. I think that the world building is very unique, and a lot of people say, "Oh, this game is so weird." Well, Birdo and Shy Guy were introduced in this game, and they're still relevant. I mean, Shy Guys were in the Mario movie. Yes, you don't jump on enemies' heads to defeat them, but the throwing mechanic is like not that far off. I really like how you can play as Mario, Luigi, Peach, or called Toadstool at the time, and Toad. That was something they brought back later in Super Mario 3D World. Like the bosses are unique. I like Wart. The snake, I'm blanking on the names. Cool Mauser. So like I like the bosses. I don't know. The game just kind of has a very fun feel to it. I like the colors. I think this is a really fun game. I would maybe say A tier. I don't think it's S tier, but I think this game is really fun. I like how it's more vertical platforming than horizontal. Whenever I pick it up, I just kind of discover something new I love about it.
So Tanner, is this the one where, like you said, you get to play as like Mario, Luigi, Toad, and
Yeah, the
Peach?
one with
So
yeah, and you throw the vegetables. Yeah.
so like you think this game is kind of like a what's the right word, like pr- before, like it gives a good idea of 3D world, and like that's what would inspire 3D world.
Yeah, I mean, because it's the same four playable characters, and the way they operate in this game is very similar to that.
Right. So, although I never beat this game, I played a bit of it. I enjoyed what I played so far, and I think I only made it to like the first boss, but that was because I was just intrigued on what this game was about. It wasn't bad for what it was. I bet if I continued it, I would have liked it. So I'll put it in B. What do y'all think?
All right. Um, so I have played a bit of it. I played a bit of it through the Wii U Virtual Console back in the day. Um, I will say it's definitely a very different game for sure. It changes a lot of the core mechanics of the game. Like I'm pretty sure you can't jump on enemies, um, but personally, I would have to give it a B tier for me. I don't Out of all of the games, it's not the most memorable to me. But I will say it did change a lot, and I'll give it some credit for that for sure.
For me, for those who don't know, the first Mario game I ever played was on the SNES, and it was the All Stars Collection, and I loved every single moment of it. This game, just love everything about it, from the soundtrack to the visual art style to just like the mechanics in the game. They were interesting. They were new. They weren't too difficult. I beat the game and I enjoyed every minute of it. Last boss is kind of gettable. Like I think this is it's the only appearance in the Mario universe. I had a ton of fun with the game, as Tanner said. Like that, did a lot more vertical than horizontal forming in this game. The throwing mechanic wasn't too difficult to work with, wasn't too annoying. So for me, it holds a lot of special memories for myself as well. I would put it in an A tier as well.
All right, so we have a unique situation. Two of us say A, two of us say B. To kind of go, no, I don't know go, but counter like Mario 19's point, like yeah, the game is kind of different, but there's still elements that are still kind of today. I would, Akeem, what's your biggest issue with the game?
For me, I maybe because like the original Mario Bros kept the camera going. I wasn't exactly the biggest fan of the screen. Was this the game where the screen kept like moving in parts, like whenever you would go
Yeah,
out the screen? Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of that because it would kind of throw my
really,
memento off.
It was only when like you're going down though. Like
and up.
only when you're
Yeah,
going
not
yeah.
all the time. Yeah.
It was when you were going side to side.
Okay, I just had to make sure I was remembering correctly. Yeah, it would like ruin my memento sometimes, and I would like miss some of my jumps because of that. So that's pretty much it.
Would you be okay with it being low A tier?
Yeah.
Okay, how about you, Mario?
Yeah, I'm fine with that too.
Okay, we'll do that. Sounds good. Alrighty. So I think Super Mario Bros. 3, I mean,
It's tier.
everyone,
It's
yeah,
tier.
loves it. Everyone loves it. Not a lot to say. Power ups, bosses, all
Oh,
the
let's see.
areas you
Hold on,
go
hold on.
to.
Is anyone opposed to that? Real like him or you? Any of you guys opposed to
I don't
it
have.
being
Mm,
um, I have a
let's,
confession to make.
yeah, let's
Yes,
go,
you
Akeem. You go
can.
first.
Come
Yeah.
on, Akeem.
never played it? I swear to God, if you see never played it, I swear to God.
I never played it.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's
me
been.
too. I never
What?
beat it.
Mario, what?
Nah, I
Oh,
haven't gotten into
boys,
the old
it's
ones
on
as
the
much.
it's on the Switch. It's on the
Yeah.
Switch, guys.
It's, you guys
I'm
didn't get All
broke.
Stars on the Wii? On the Wii like 10 years ago?
I'm more personally, it's just because I'm more of a 3D Mario guy, but
Okay.
that's just me.
We'll keep it in S tier.
But
it
if you guys say it's
deserves
S tier, we trust
Yeah.
you. Just send the hate mail. I
No,
never.
we're gonna talk about how much we love this game for now. Like, dude, the power ups, the level design, the
Yeah.
art style about it, like the frog suit, the Tanuki suit, the
Yeah, I think the frog suit gets overhated. I liked it.
dude, I like
People
the
hate the
frog
frog
suit.
suit.
Though. Yeah, people hate the frog suit.
Yeah,
I
because
didn't know
it's
that.
janky. Like how people hate the spring mushroom. I'm like, it's fun. That's part of the fun.
I never had an
Secrets
issue
of
with the
Raichu.
frog suit.
But I
Hidden
think you said you never
secrets.
played this game. Like,
I'll never
There-
forget my favorite world in Super Mario Bros. 3 is the
tiny big
one.
one.
Yes, that's my favorite world, that most memorable one. And
Also like
So-
the one
so-
with the. I also like the one with the pipes.
So
the
so
one
yeah.
that introduced the Koopalings too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Another
it
reason
also-
for it being S tier. Yeah.
So yeah, Tanner. So I only played it one time, but it was so long
Okay.
ago that I don't remember.
Oh okay.
But I remember the frog suit, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean it's fun. You can swim, but I like the hammer suit. No, it kind of gets forgotten about. Yeah, it's just a great game. I don't think there's any other any other way to put it. I replayed it recently with the hype leading up to the Mario movie, and yeah, it's still perfect. I think it's probably the best 2D Mario game. All right, Super Mario World introduced Yoshi. I think this is an easy S tier. I think we can all agree. on
Agreed.
that.
Agreed.
Yes, I can
Yeah, I
agree with that.
agree. Easily. Soundtrack, level design, everything about it. Yoshi's Island and being introduced. It's like, why not love it? You know.
I
Like,
think
should we? No, never mind. I was gonna say, like, would you consider a Yoshi's? Wait, is that it? No, Yoshi's Island part of this or no?
no, because
It's,
they
like,
have
it's
their own
called like
series
Super
of
Mario. It's called
Yeah.
like Super Mario World too.
Yeah, but they have their own game series. So
Okay, okay.
I feel like this was a step forward towards Yoshi's Island. Did Yoshi Island come out after this game?
yes.
So
Mhm.
yeah,
Because
I would
the
say
title,
this.
the title was Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, I think.
Yes, that's correct. Mhm.
So we call this like Yoshi's Island 0.5 or something. Yeah,
Yoshi's
this is
Island
what led this is what led to Yoshi's Island getting a game.
Yeah, and Kickstart. I like the way Yoshi controls because in the new games sometimes he's like a bit too fluttery. I like in this game like he has some weight to him. Like he kind of feels heavy. You know, like kind of sounds a bit weird. But
So this is a game where people would fucking sacrifice Yoshi.
Rip.
I honestly like this game a bit more than Mario Bros. 3. I don't know. I just think it's a bit more creative. And the Koopalings appear again. All right, moving on. I know we all have strong opinions, so
Oh man.
Oh boy, here's a big one.
Oh man.
if y'all want to mute, I'll start.
Okay.
So Super Mario 64. So I think this game is a pretty good game. I think it did a good job introducing 3D Mario. I think the controls still hold up well. I love the music. I just think 3D Mario games since then have been better. I think the lands you go to in this game are fun, but they're kind of bland. You know, it's kind of the basic grass, desert, lava, water, ice type of deal. The bosses are also kind of lame in this game. The power-ups too. Yeah, the wing cap's fun, but I don't like the timed power-ups in this game. I get why they had to do it, but I don't know. I think this game, you know, I play it often. I think it's fun. It's kind of a fun game to play. I'm not super engaged in it, but I do think it offers good value, and I think they do the 3D platforming really well. I think this might be one of the best like controlled 3D Mario games. I just think kind of the other stuff that I consider important, the other 3D Mario games do better. I know we're all gonna have very strong opinions. I'll go anywhere from B, like middle of B to like maybe low A, because I do think it did and there's some really fun levels, but I just think other 3D Mario games have done stuff better. Ikeem, where do you stand on Mario 64?
For me, it's a personal S. I hold a lot of fond memories with this game, and to an extent, this was technically my first Mario game that I played. even though the first Mario game that I would beat is New Super Mario Bros. Wii, this was the first Mario game that I remember just playing the most. And I mean, I still enjoy the bosses. I hate the fact that you fight, Bowser 3 times, but they do include like mini bosses like King Babam and the eye and the hands with the eyes on them.
That was
So,
pretty cool.
and I do like the game's overall design. Like even though this, you got to think like this was Mario's first 3D game, and they had to work with what they had at the time, and what they made work really works in this game. And I'm not faulting you for saying that it gets better in due time. They do get better in due time, but it's just without this game, we wouldn't get all these other 3D Mario games. And what they did with this is still like a great achievement for what they did for the Nintendo 64. So for me, it would be a personal S. Hold a lot of fond memories with it. I still think the did you have any problems with the controls, Tanner?
I know a lot of people hate the camera. I actually like the camera. I think the controls are maybe the best thing about the game.
Right, that's what I was gonna say. Like I didn't have any issues with the controls for me per se when I played it. So I think it just goes down to personal preference. But for me, this is personal S, and they did a good job with this game. Where do y'all stand on this?
Personally, this just like Hakeem, this is also my very first Mario game that I played, and I spent a lot of hours playing this on my Nintendo 64. So, and I mean, I guess you could say the Bowser fights were repetitive, but you could say that for other future games as well, such as Odyssey, where you had to fight Bowser with the what is it called, the punchy hat or whatever the heck.
Yeah, punch hat or
So
whatever.
yeah, the punch hat. Yeah, so we still saw that happening later on. But I don't know. Just because I thought the game introduced a lot about Mario, like it's the first time we've heard Mario with voice acting, and we get to hear him say "So long, good Bowser," and I think the bosses are memorable in a way. I mean, hell, we saw King Babam in the Mario movie, and I don't know. I'd
Rest in
say
peace.
I'd say they have the worlds are they're good for what they did back in the time, because like it added a lot of characters through, like, example, the Mama Penguin star that you had to do. I think the worlds were also definitely memorable. So, but that's just my bias. Personally, I'd say an S tier.
No, for me this is an easy tier. I maybe you guys didn't have problems with controls. I had problems with controls. Sometimes it felt really janky. That's probably just me. I don't know if I had a bad remote. I don't know if like that was the game programming. I do not know. Uh, Personally, I don't hate the fact like that in a game they don't like exactly tell you where to go every now and then. For this game, like, yeah, you need to get a certain amount of stars, and then you're locked. Like, if you don't know how to get a specific star, you're locked behind, to figure some shit out. I will agree that it was revolutionary for the time. 3D Mario, what the fuck? Like, holy shit, we've been seeing this dude 2D the whole time. And then for us to get like a 3D adventure with him, like, it's pretty interesting. OST is pretty good, I think. Well, I will say that the ending, I think I think if 100%, what you just get a tease out of Yoshi egg. Is that it?
Yep.
Was that true? Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's pretty cool. Can you use Yoshi, or you can't use it? You can't even use him.
No,
You
you
no,
can't.
you can't.
Okay, that
You
yeah,
just
see,
get
that's
it.
another thing. Like, I feel like it would have been cooler, like, if you completed the game 100%. Like, they were like, here you go, you can now replay the game, but with Yoshi. You can use Yoshi or something. Or maybe fucking like give me Luigi. And I don't know why this isn't on the list, but Super
The
Mario
DS
64 DS. Yeah, I feel like I enjoyed the Super Mario 64 DS version more than the original. But that's just me. It's not a terrible game. I won't say it's terrible, but for me, like, have fun if it's like a modern version of the game, or if it's a multiplayer version of the game. I can't play this game alone.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, even the controls, like jumping around, like,
Not my favorite.
what
Don't know why.
tier did you say you would put it in, Edgar?
I would put it in B.
B.
But
Okay.
I'll settle with A if you guys want to fucking put it in A.
I guess
That-
the main. Mario, what are you saying?
Oh, no, go ahead. Actually, you should go ahead first.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was just settling on a rank, but you should probably say what you were.
I'm fine with A.
Yeah, I guess. What about you, Akeem?
I still say S, but I
Yeah,
say
I know.
based
This
based on
motherfucker. Oh
average,
my god, this
based on
biased.
average.
Yeah,
Yeah. Boo boo.
Biased
I feel you,
motherfucker.
man. I feel you, man.
I didn't put the first Mario game in Lost Levels or Mario Bros 2 in fucking S tier, even though
That's true.
freaking All Stars was my first game. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, I mean
Biased
the hard thing with
motherfuckers.
this is like, okay, here's a good question for Mario 19. If this game came out today, no nostalgia, would you still give it S? Is my question.
Well, probably not. It'll be a little janky. It'll probably be a little.
Okay,
Okay, so
okay.
let's say they revamped the graphics,
But
they
I don't
revamped
think they would
everything.
release it like that today.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, what if they like revamped the graphics, the controls, and all that? Would you guys still
Oh,
give it
fuck
an
it.
S tier?
Hell yeah! What the
Yeah, I
heck?
probably
Oh,
would.
Oh my god.
okay.
Oh my god, biased. That's motherfucker.
It's just hard because nostalgia's. I just feel like
It's a
I don't
powerful
know.
weapon. I understand.
It is, but we'll go high A tier. We'll do
Yeah,
I
that.
like
that's
that.
that's what I was saying. On average, it would be an A tier.
Okay. The more I've spent time with it, the more I like it. Super Mario Land, I don't think I need to spend a ton of time. They try to do new stuff. It's just hard with the Game Boy Limited. They do have vehicles. That was kind of cool. I think this is like C tier for me. We got Daisy, at least something different. But I just think the game, like I don't know, it's I played it on an actual Game Boy. I had fun, but kind of forgotten about it. So I think C tier is fine.
Yeah, I thought the game looked a little weird, and
Yeah.
that has nothing to do with like the gameplay itself. If I remember correctly, the gameplay was fine enough. It was functional on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is this the one where like you got the fireballs that go diagonal?
The Cannonball. Yeah, I like that.
Cannonball, yeah,
That was cool.
cannonball. It's that fireball, same difference. But yeah, it was okay. I never beat it, but I played like a good chunk of it to say it's okay. So C.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I've seen gameplay of it. I've played it a bit. For the first Game Boy Mario game, I'd say it's fine. Yeah, I would go C as well.
Never played it, no opinion.
All right, we'll go C tier. I like how they have elements of this in Mario Maker. Super Mario Land 2 6 golden coins, underrated game. I love the carrot. Oh, you transform into a bunny. Probably one of my favorite flying power ups. I like the creative lands, just like a space land, Halloween. Finally, something different than the damn desert forest ice shit we get nowadays. So I
They
like
love
that.
they love that theme, man.
I would say A tier. I think I don't know. The game's fun. I think it controls really well. I really like Super Mario Land 2. If y'all don't love it as much, I'll be willing to go B tier. But I really like this game. I think it's really creative and fun.
Yo, Tanner, I wish I could tell you if I loved it or not, but I got some bad news for you. I never played it, bro.
Don't you fucking. Oh my.
Again, dude, this shit is on the fucking Switch, man.
It's
This shit
better.
on the
Bro,
Switch.
you're missing
I
out,
know.
man.
I hear you guys. Okay.
It's
I will
better
play
to
it
have
one
never
day.
played it than to hate it. I'd rather you never play it than be like, oh, I hate it. You know.
But
True.
if y'all say it's good, let me hear y'all points. Mario.
All right. So I've had quite a history with this game as well. I
Oh.
played this game really early on as well, on the Game Boy Color, and like you said, Tanner, levels. I think levels are really what carry this game. Like you said, there's the way you enter through levels. I think there's one where you enter through like a turtle eats you, and like
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, you
uh-huh.
go, yeah, yeah, like the world, like even the overworld is really creative for a freaking Game Boy to handle. And yeah, like the Halloween levels and all that. I'm gonna be honest though, I never got to the final boss because I was not good at that game when I was
Yeah,
a kid. So
same. Yeah.
so, but yeah, definitely a really good game for a Game Boy. Like wow, 8 tier as well.
Man, for me, this game is also an easy A tier. I've only played it for the first time on the thanks to the Boy, on the Switch, and it's fun. It has catchy music. It's the same fucking track over and over, but don't worry, it's still catchy. Don't worry. Um, the fuck out of it. And one day I beat it. It's a short game. Again, it's a Game Boy game. You can't expect a lot from a Game Boy game. For what it is, it's really fun. It makes time go by. I like the power ups. It's only two two power ups I think in the game, just the fire flower and the
Oh
bunny.
my god.
Very simple power ups, but again, the level design, as you guys stated, is pretty good. Uh, Spaceland, the Halloween town, the way you enter levels and everything, like it's a fun game. And if you guys haven't played it and you have a Switch, fucking play this shit, cause worth an easy A tier game for me. And who's the villain in this game? The Wario.
Yeah, it is Wario. Because after this, we're
Oh,
seeing
is this
spin-off game.
right? So this was also the introduction to Wario. So for those Wario fans out there, is this his first introduction, or was it the first game that?
I think
was
he
an
was in the
introduction?
Mario Party games on the N64.
Okay.
Yeah.
For those who love Wario, here you go.
Hey.
Is your villain in this game? There you go.
Wasn't there also a house area in this game? That was kind of cool. Like, you go through a
Yeah.
house.
Like big and everything. Yeah. I'm
Um,
playing this shit right now, y'all.
Also, the
Uh,
soundtrack for this game is awesome. Top tier. Was kind of sad they
Mhm.
didn't use any of it in the Mario movie. But yeah, really good game. Okay. This could get interesting. I really love Super Mario Sunshine. I think this game has a feeling. You're on a tropical vacation, and it just does that perfectly. The music is upbeat and catchy. I love the colors. This game is really bright. Everything from the health meter to the color of the enemies is very bright and colorful. What people don't like is Flood, and the thing that kind of gets me when people say Flood doesn't make sense is that this game is built around Flood. You use Flood most of the time, so the game is designed around that. This game is still a platformer with Flood, and yes, I do like the sections without Flood, but I like Flood. I think it's a fun new thing, and every kind of 3D Mario game has something, right? Mario Odyssey has Cappy, Galaxy has a spin, this has Flood. I love this game. Just it's so creative. The bosses are fun. The different lanes you go to. Always love the theme park. The boss fights are great. If this was my video, I would go S tier. It's not though, and I don't love the blue coins, and some of the extra levels are kind of a bit bullshitty. But I would, if everyone loves this, I say we go S tier. If not, if there's some divide, I would be willing to go A tier. But for me, I think Sunshine is just a really great game with really great design, and it's just very fun and unique.
So I'll say this: one, people hated Flood. What? Two, what I like about this game is that it feels so like it feels so next level. If you guys understand what I'm saying,
Yeah.
like you put Mario in this different situation with this new tool and new obstacles, and it doesn't feel like your traditional Mario game. And it's like this was during a time where like Nintendo was being more creative with their IPs, like on the GameCube and stuff. So like I can appreciate what this game does, and I really enjoy it. I haven't beaten it yet, but what I've played so far regarding Flood's really fun to use. So I don't know or understand why people don't like Flood. And like you said, Tanner, the game is built around using Flood. So
Oh no.
oh no,
Oh
what?
no.
I don't know if I want to speak now.
Go
Well,
ahead,
how
Mario.
we'll
too,
get
Mario,
you.
you too,
We'll get to
you too,
we'll get to you.
Uh,
We'll get to you in just a
okay.
sec. We'll get to you in
Oh,
just
you're
a
not
sec.
done yet?
Yeah, let me say my rating real quick. I'll actually
Okay.
give it an S. I'm not gonna lie. I do enjoy this game. Now I actually do enjoy it more than Mario 64. I'll give you guys that. Although I still put Mario 64 in S, I will admit that Sunshine is the better game.
Okay, I'm glad you can come to your senses like King Mario. Be honest,
Alright.
that's the fun here.
Yes. Yes. All right. Sorry for cutting you off, Akeem. I thought you were done. Sorry about that.
No, fuck you.
But no. I
No,
swear.
I'm just playing. I'm playing. Go ahead.
Oh boy. So personally, I have played this game on the Switch. Never really experienced it on the GameCube. When I started playing it, I did like it a bit at first, but I don't know. Personally, for me, I'm gonna be on the opposite side, and I did not like the flood mechanics that much. Personally, I mean, it did make it easy to go around quick sometimes, but sometimes I found it annoying when trying to platform through places. Maybe that's just me, but I don't know. Personally, I didn't enjoy the flood mechanic, and I'm not gonna lie, I did stop after like a bit. Like I want to say like 3 hours into the game. So personally, my personal opinion, I'm gonna say a B.
Right. Me. Listen, this game, it's mixed for me. Like, there's these elements I like of the game, and there's some elements I don't like of the game. I like the bosses. I think the bosses are pretty cool and pretty fun. I like the soundtrack. I like that this was the first game that introduced Bowser Jr., correct?
Yes, another
So that's
plus.
another thing, another plus. Uh, however, again, I know it's the whole mechanic in the game. I understand. I'm not huge on Flood either. I don't like the fact that you have to refill this motherfucker every single time. Motherfucker, just give him to me forever. You know, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't want to like take time. Like, oh damn, let me go over here to some water and let me just. All right, now I'm good.
Part of the fun.
Shut up! I can't even shut up. You spoke your opinion, motherfucker. Um, Again, it's not a bad game. I wouldn't say that it's S tier in my opinion. This is also the game that introduced like Bowser voice acting, right? Or am I tripping?
Yeah, he sounds like Cookie
Yeah.
Monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have sounded like Jack Black.
Well, say I do like the more challenging levels again where you don't play as Flood. Little extra levels and everything, little bonus levels that you have to get to get a star and everything. I like those. I like those. Again, I just the Flood mechanic like first I was like, oh, this is cool, and then I more of it, and I'm like, okay, this is annoying. That's just me though. I think that's also Mario because again, also doesn't like the flood mechanic that much. I don't like the flood mechanic that much. Um, you like the story plot, like the plot, the concept of the story. Like, oh man, Mario is being fucking blamed for this shit. I like the concept of Bowser Jr. being like villain in a way. Like he is the imposter Mario, so I like that. I like the Delfino Plaza in general. I think it's a nice setting. I like the music. I like the fucking people in the fucking game. I don't give a fuck. Like they look goofy as hell, but I love them. Uh, Other than that, I do like when we also have to use Yoshi. It's kind of like, again, anything with Yoshi, I'll love. In general, this game for me would be B tier. I'm not gonna lie, B tier.
So on
Okay,
average, about
so
lower A.
we'll do low A, and I think that's a good compromise. Uh, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll do low A for Sunshine.
Good,
Are
good,
you all
good,
right,
good, you
Tanner?
guys.
Yeah, I mean the flood thing. I can see why people don't like it. I guess. Like Mario, what do you not like about it? Like what
I
specifically?
personally, I'd say that it just changes too much of the gameplay. I guess that's just me. I don't know, cause like I don't know, cause in Odyssey, when you take over an enemy, it's kind of you can still jump.
It is
I
briefly.
don't know. It's not personally. I just think it's a too big of a drastic change. That's just my opinion. And also, yeah, the refill was annoying.
Really?
It's
Okay.
part of the fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
But no, I had to, like, I was like up a high level. I ran out of water. Oh shit! I gotta go drop down and get some more
I
water.
will. Yeah, I will say this game does have its bullshitty levels, like the manta ray level. Um, I will say Mario. I kind of when I first played this game, I didn't love it. I was like, oh, this is kind of weird. So maybe take some more time with it. But that sounded a bit weird. But like,
No, yeah, no, yeah. I agree. Like with what Edgar said, the story is like it's really good for a Mario game. Like it's not the usual, princess kidnap.
mm,
So I'll give it that. So I'll probably take some more time with it for sure.
yeah, I'll go low A tier. I think that would satisfy everyone here. Hopefully. So next up we have New Super Mario Bros. The DS version. I don't know. This game, to be fair, I played Wii and New Super Mario Bros. 2 first. So since this was the first New Super Mario Bros. Game, it didn't have the impact for me. I think the game's fun. There's some nice bosses. I don't know. I was just like, yeah, it's a fun game. I would maybe go B tier. To be honest, I did not grow up with the DS, so a lot of the DS games that people really love, I just never really experienced them. To be fair, so it's not like I hate the game. I think it's fun. I would probably go B tier, honestly, for this one.
I'm honestly have to go with A on this one, man. I did grow up with the new Super Mario Bros. DS, and I enjoyed the game. This was the first Mario game I think it was either this one or the DS. I started playing these two games around the same time, so um, DS or Wii version. Either way, I remember beating this game and had fun playing with it, like with the mini mushroom and the mega mushroom. And a lot of people don't like the blue turtle shell item, but
I
I
like it.
personally
It's
did.
fun.
Yeah, I thought it was like, okay, that's a new item, and I don't think a shell as an item had been a thing until this point, right?
No.
Right. So it's like, I thought that was actually kind of creative that you actually get to be a turtle for once, and then like go inside your shell, and then like um, auto move around the stage. So I thought that was a cool little rendition for the game. But I'd definitely put it in like A, not S, because I think, I don't know. Maybe it just doesn't have like that same polish as like World, or as you guys would put it, 3, because I've played 3 before. So yeah, I'll agree putting it in A, not S, but A.
Yeah, like even though I grew up with the DS, I don't know, maybe at the time I didn't really have the game. But I have played a bit of it, and I will say it's definitely a revolutionary game because it's introduced the, I guess, new style of 2D Mario platforming. Um, as well, like they said, they introduced some really great power-ups in this game and really great level design. So I would probably say around high B-ish for me.
With me, I also grew up with this game a lot. I had a DS after SNES and the Game Boy. So this game was like one of the first ones that I played. Only because my cousins showed it to me and was like, "Oh damn, I want this game." So my parents, after a while, they used to get it for me, and I was like, "Okay, cool." And I love the whole game. I love that the fact that you could play as Luigi. Also, you could do it at the beginning or the end if you know the input at the beginning right away, or you can beat the game regularly, and then at the end of the credits, it shows you to press in order to play as Luigi. I also really loved mini games. Mini games in this game were very fun to me. I always had my siblings to play, and I also enjoyed the Mario versus Luigi mode. I thought that was really fun. It brought a lot of here towards me and my siblings, me and my cousins. And the mini games also, again, like I said, very fun. Again, it's basically Mario One in a way. Kind of different, just revolutionizing, like it's a little 2D. It's they're just like more defined models instead of like the 8-bit, 16-bit models that we had. And again, they introduced the shell, they introduced the mini mushroom, they introduced the mega mushroom, which were all pretty fun. And yeah, I mean, for me, this game is an easy A tier though. It just holds a lot of memories, and just had a fun time with it. Anytime I remember, level design was alright, not like best peak Mario design for level design ever, but it's still pretty good. For me, it'd probably go low A though.
So I'm debating if this should go in high B or low A. Probably low A. Would you all be fine with that?
Low A for me.
Okay. We'll do that. I think if I grew up with this game instead of New Super Mario Bros., we would probably love it as much as you guys. The only thing that I don't like is like as you see on the game cover, they advertise the fuck out of the Mega Mushroom, and it's only in like what, like a couple
That I will
stages.
agree. That
Yeah,
I will
like
agree. They
5
did that
levels.
even in the commercials, like they were like, "Oh, all new Mega Mushroom, blah blah blah, make Mario big," and we're like, "Holy shit, he can turn big!" And we play the game, and it's like, "Okay, first level has it. All right, when else do I get to play it?" And we don't play it for like a good chunk of the game, and I'm like, "Damn,
3 hours later.
they
Yeah.
debated our asses."
So we have two. We only have one B tier game, the original Mario game. Interesting. One thing I love about this game is the bosses, like the Mummy Pokey for the desert. That was cool. PD Piranha's in this game, so that was kind of neat. And also Edgar, I like how you mentioned the mini games; those were fun. Like I said, I think if I grew up with this game, I would probably like it more. I just didn't. All right, can we all agree Galaxy's S tier?
Yes.
No.
No,
No.
What? Okay, Akeem, speak your piece.
Speak my piece. It's a good game. I enjoyed it. I'd probably go with A though. That's just me. And I'll say why. Because with Galaxy, I do love the controls, and I love like, I do love the story. I love Rosalina's backstory as well. But oh damn, I can't talk about that yet. But we'll get to it when we get to it. But I actually prefer the sequel over the first one, but I'll explain later. So
Interesting.
but with Galaxy One, I do again enjoy that they switch up the formula in terms of controls and take it more out of space instead of the constant theme of
Mm-hmm.
desert, snow, and I mean, yeah, they still have like some snow levels and stuff, but at least it's utilized in
Yeah.
a creative
More
way in this
creative.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll put it in high A, but we'll talk about the second one later.
All right, Edgar, you said no. How come?
Much same stuff as Akeem said. I enjoyed it. I like the story of it. I like the Rosalina and everything. I love the level design. Pretty good. Me personally, though, again, I would have probably have to go with the sequel. I mean, like in the sequel more. I don't know. I just had more fun with the sequel. It was more memorable to me. It was also the one I played more. I think it's also because Galaxy 2 was one of my first Wii games, along with the Super Mario Bros. Wii. Um, that's just me. Uh, yeah, I won't say the game is bad because it's not bad by a long shot. Like it
Yeah,
has
like the
good moments. It has good level design. It has good power ups. I think the power ups were got very very creative in this game. Um, was the bee introduced in this one, or was it in Galaxy
yeah,
2
that
that
was
was
Beat
introduced?
Mushroom was in here. Boo Spring on
Yeah,
this one.
again, I thought it was pretty cool. This game where you play as Luigi, or is only the second game?
He's in both.
Okay, yeah. This game where like the fuck you play as freaking Luigi, and then like if you beat the level as Luigi, and then well that Luigi's captured shows up, and you just see two Luigis. I don't know. I thought she was pretty funny. I will say I also like the soundtrack in the game though.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, yeah.
Soundtrack in this game is really good. Again, Rosalina Lumas. I don't know if I like. See, we'll talk about it more when we get to the second one. But for now, yeah, for me, I will say though, Galaxy is a high A though, low S, for me maybe. Like the best of the best in my opinion.
So yeah, we'll put in high. I can. What's holding this game back specifically?
Maybe it's just me comparing it to its sequel. Like he said, it's not bad by a long shot, and
Because I think the sequel is a lot smaller with the level design.
we'll get to it when we get to it. But with Super Mario Galaxy, um, this may be a weird thing to say, but like, damn, sorry, I'll save it for Galaxy 2 when we get to it.
Okay,
Mario.
we will. More.
Personally I'm gonna say S tier. But that's maybe because I don't have the contrast of two to have experienced it, and I really enjoyed Galaxy One personally. It's very good level design, and I don't know, it got introduced me to the whole gravity mechanics and all that. Um, and personally I enjoyed it. So personally for me it's an S tier.
Yeah, I thought this would be a unanimous S tier, but I guess not. And that's the fun of this. We'll go high A. I think that's a good compromise. So on this tier list, for some reason, the person who made it included Super Mario Bros. 2 twice. So I want to act like this is Super Mario Bros. 64 DS. So I didn't play a whole ton of the DS version of Super Mario Bros. 64, but I actually like it a bit more than the original. I think honestly, this is kind of could be a low tier, maybe S tier or A tier. The DS version. I think it improved with the characters. I like how you have Yoshi, Wario, Luigi. I remember. I don't know if y'all remember this. All the videos about people theorizing with Waluigi in this game. That was like a huge deal. All my issues with 64. I actually think the DS one does better. So I'll probably have the DS version honestly in A tier. I think it was pretty good.
Yeah, same. I love the DS version of 64, and like you said, I like the inclusion of more content. Like this felt like a genuine like remake with more stuff added to it, if that makes sense. So a lot of people, I mean, well, I'll see what you guys feel about the controls, but I can ask Tanner this: how did you feel about just like using a D-pad for a game like this? Did it feel awkward when you played it or not?
Not really. I didn't mind it. Like I said,
Yeah,
I didn't play
same
this
for
game
me.
a whole ton, but I didn't mind it.
Yeah, because yeah, a lot of people are saying that maybe this should have been made for like the 3DS or whatever. But other than that, another thing I love about the DS version is the multiplayer. So the multiplayer where you play as like four Yoshis and then you can pick up any of the hats, like Mario, Luigi, or Wario's hat, and then play as them. I When you get three other people to play that, that's like one of the most fun multiplayer modes in a Mario game, in my opinion, anyway. So, and it also includes the mini games. Like I think it has more mini games than the Mario Brothers 60, not 64, Mario Brothers DS. And I will admit I'm not exactly the biggest fan of having to catch those rabbits in order to unlock the mini games because it can be a little tedious. But other than that, I actually do prefer playing the DS version over the original 64. Now that I'm like um, comparing the two, because the DS has more content, it has a lot more things going on. The only thing you sacrifice is just an analog stick with a D-pad. I think it's worth it. But what do y'all think? What do y'all think of 64 DS?
Personally, I mean, this is just 64 but better. So, I mean, obviously for me, S tier, but like, there's a lot of quality and life improvements in this game. So, like, the mini map, I think, I don't know if I don't remember quite well, but was the mini map on the bottom screen? I think.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Yes.
that also helped a bit, and I will say, yeah, it was a little awkward with the D-pad, but I wouldn't say it was a deal breaker in terms of playing the game. And yeah, the new characters, and I think if I remember, Yoshi could even flutter in this game, so like the characters each have like their own little advantage to them. So I don't know, it kind of added more of a layer to the previous 64 game. So yeah, obviously easy S tier for me.
Like I said earlier, I enjoyed this game a lot more than the original 64. Um, Again, the quality of life improvements, as Mario stated. I love the Yoshi. Playing as Yoshi and then, the caps were a thing. I thought that was pretty interesting. Kind of weird that we didn't exactly play as, Mario or Luigi or Wario, but again, it was still fun nonetheless. Um, and it's just an updated version of 64, adding uh, graphical improvement and I just had more fun with it. That's the thing. I remember playing it more than the original 64 version, and again, I think this is the better DS game between this one and this Mario Bros. It just had a lot more content compared to the New Super Mario Bros. DS, and yeah, and like I think the main reason why some people might prefer the original over this is because the original has a bunch of like glitches and bugs that make speedrunning even more fun. That's another thing I forgot to mention with the original 64. A lot of people love speedrunning it, so that's why a lot of people probably also have it into like their top games. Um, but for me, 64 DS, like holds nostalgic value. Of course, it holds fun memories for me. The bunnies for the mini games, yeah, like Akeem said, they were annoying as fuck. Get but other than that, like this game lets you play Yoshi unlike the original 64, where like you just get his egg and that's pretty much it. For me, this would definitely go above Super Mario 64. Well, I'd probably give it a low S tier, my opinion.
Are we all fine putting this in S tier?
Yes, sir.
Of
Okay.
course.
So I don't know if maybe when editing this, you want to maybe like put an image of Super Mario 64 DS over Super Mario Bros. 2, but
Yeah, yeah, I got you. Got inserted right
that
now.
we got S tier for that game. Okay. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I think this game's pretty fun. I love the power-ups, Propeller Mushroom, probably my favorite Flying Mario power-up. Love the penguin suit, has elements of the ice frog and blue shell power-up combined. Obviously, Kooplings are back, that's awesome. This game's very nostalgic for me, but taking off those nostalgic goggles, I think this is a B tier game. I think some of the level design, the basic grass, desert, rock, sky, ice stuff got a bit too annoying. And I think the level design could have been better. Multiplayer is fun and it makes for fun videos, but I just think there could have been some other elements. to make it better. I played one of the Rayman games that came out around this time, and I thought they did a bit more creative stuff with the multiplayer. You know, there's also a faming game called Newer Super Mario Bros. Wii, which I love, and has some more
Yes.
creative. Yes, has some more creative lands to explore. So I would go B tier. It's a lot of fun, but in terms of the game, I would maybe have this above the original Mario game in B tier. A lot of memories, but looking at the game, I think it's B tier.
I say before I give my opinions on Wii, Tanner, did you ever play the newer version of the DS?
No, I haven't, but I love the newer version of the Wii. I think that's an easy S tier if we were
Yeah.
ranking that game.
Okay. This just to say you should try out the newer Super Mario Bros. DS version whenever you get a chance.
Yeah, it looks pretty fun.
All right. So with that said, the Wii version, yeah, this is a. I actually kind of have to agree with you because this game is really only fun with multiplayer. I'm gonna be honest, and that's not to say that if you play this game by yourself, it's not fun. It's just it it's kind of like the same format of the DS game, just put onto a home console, and without too many things added other than like maybe a world 9. Was there there wasn't a world 9 on the DS version if I remember correctly, was there?
No, there
Yeah, okay.
wasn't.
No, there wasn't.
So they included a world 9, which was pretty cool considering how you got to unlock them. But I honestly still go with lower A. It's I'd say lower A by yourself, and definitely S if it's multiplayer and you guys aren't trying to complete the level and you're just trying to throw each other off the stage and shit, fuck around. So what y'all feel about this, Mario?
So this is around the Wii era. Wii era, I didn't really grow up with the Wii, so I was more of a DS kid back then. So I didn't play much of the game, but from what I did play, it personally just to me it didn't stand out that much. But granted, I didn't play a lot of it. But so personally, I would also go around a B tier for this one.
All the points you guys have made so far, I will agree. The game is really only like the most fun and peak fun when you're playing with other people. Than that, like you're just playing a regular 2D Mario game, and I feel like again, soundtrack's pretty nice. Level design kind of whack. It gives it the old basic, grass, and fucking desert, ice, mountain, like all that kind of stuff. And I mean, the game really itself, it's the definition of a mid game. Like they could have added so much more. For me, this game is only fun with friends. I can not imagine playing this shit by myself. Fun of it was, like Hakeem said, throwing each other off. You know, that shit was hilarious. And like stealing the other motherfuckers Yoshis and everything. Like, fighting for that shit. Like it was a fun game when you had multiple people to play with. Removing all the nostalgia for me, because I always play this shit with my cousins. Removing all of that, yeah, it's I'm agree with Tan. It's like a high B tier game.
All right, we'll have it. Would you guys say this? Because this is in B tier as well as the original Mario game. Would you have this under the original Mario game in B?
I'll have it over.
Over.
Have
Okay,
it
that's what I
over.
have.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say the new stuff they add, like the Koopling, like Koopling's old, but like I like the new power ups. Like some of it was fun, but I just wish they did more with it. Okay, I didn't think I'd be having to make a case for Mario Galaxy 2, but here we go. So I mean this game is everything Galaxy did. I just don't like it as much because I think it's the tone. Galaxy 1, and you can kind of see like the barks are here. Galaxy 1 is I think a bit more dramatic. I think a bit more epic. Galaxy 2 is a bit more lighter and like kind of fluffy. There's nothing wrong with that, but I just feel like the first game has more levels. Second game doesn't as much. But I love the soundtrack. I love Yoshi. I actually think this might be the best version of Yoshi in a Mario game. There's still fun bosses. Everything about the first game is here. So yeah, Galaxy 2. I know Akeem and Edgar really like it. I'll be willing to go S tier because at the end of the day, everything amazing about Galaxy is still here. I love the Mario face ship. That's so fun. Luba's a fun captain. Galaxies are still very creative. They just seem kind of small to me. I think that's kind of my one issue. But if y'all love this game, I'll be willing to go S tier because at the end of the day, it's still I think a pretty awesome game.
Yeah, honestly, I think the reason why I like Galaxy 2 more than Galaxy 1 is because of how much more vibrant it is to the first one. Like I do love what the first one did, like you said, being all, like dramatic, taking a different tone. But I don't know, with Galaxy 2 where, it has that, like it has everything the first game is, but it's just making the tone a lot more lighter. I don't know, I think I just probably had a lot more fun playing this game because I do like the ship of Mario's head. I'll admit it's not as like detailed or as big as the ship in Galaxy One, but just the fact that there's a ship in the shape of Mario's head is it's kind of fun. Not
I
gonna
actually
lie.
like it. I actually like it more than the Comet Observatory. Honestly, comparing hubs. Yeah.
So I think that's just my main reason. It's just like I prefer Galaxy Two over Galaxy One because it's a lot more fun and vibrant and more upbeat.
So I'll be honest. I've never touched Galaxy 2 at all. So
Oh.
'cause I didn't grow up with a Wii. So
All right, I'm
and
driving to your
it's kind of
house.
annoying. Yeah, yeah. So personally, I can't really give a rating on this one. I kind of find it annoying they didn't include it on 3D All Stars. But
Yeah, that was weird.
yeah, oh well. Yeah, I'm gonna probably skip on this one.
Yeah, for me again, it was also one of the first Wii games I played. It came with the my parents got it for so we got the Wii on Christmas, and the it was the red Wii. That's the Nintendo Wii that came with New Super Mario Bros. Wii. It was red, and it also came with Wii Sports, a good game by the way. If y'all never played Wii Sports for some reason, y'all are trash. I'm talking about Wii Sports. Galaxy 2, while I do enjoy it more than the first one, again, just from I feel like, although you do get stars a bit quicker, it also has double the stars, the first one. And I think the level design was pretty great. I think Yoshi being added was a good inclusion, having to aim and use his tongue in order to move from different platform, like a different platform element. Thanks to Yoshi. Did have new power ups. I thought they were pretty interesting. Again, the Cloud Flower was pretty cool. Enjoyed that. Um, I feel like the Prankster comics were also better in this game compared to the first one. And then just also really love the hub. Like I don't know, just the hub of like being on the ship at the shape of Mario's head. I felt like it was more fun than Observatory from the first game. Um, again, I just had a lot more fun with this game. I loved everything about it, and I don't know if see the thing is like I love it, but I don't know if I personally would put it in S tier.
Hmm.
Like, but you would
Like,
put it above
but I
Galaxy
definitely
One.
put it over. Yes, yeah, I would definitely put it above Galaxy.
Okay, we'll
I
put
think
it
I'm
up.
gonna. I think I'm gonna stick with that above Galaxy because a major factor of it is nostalgia. So yeah, I'll put it above Galaxy.
Okay, we'll do that high
Oh,
and A tier because I think S tier we should all agree with. And if Mario hasn't played it, then I don't think it should be S. I think S should all be unanimous. So we'll go high A.
oh, and Mario. Come on, we know why Galaxy Two is not on the first 3D All Stars because Nintendo's gonna
Why?
make a second 3D All Stars. That's more money
Oh,
for them,
right.
bro.
They're gonna include Odyssey in it too.
Right? A game that's not even 10 years old yet.
Right.
Alrighty, New Super Mario Bros. 2 for 3DS. I really don't like this game at all. Why? Okay, so first of all, what's new about it? Not a whole ton. And yes, you could say that about the other games, but the DS version introduced a lot of new stuff. Star coins, kind of the idea. We had multiplayer and power-ups. This whole game is about coins. Okay, cool. What do you do about coins? You collect a lot of them. Okay. Can you buy stuff? No. Like that's what just disappoints me. Imagine if you could unlock characters like Wario, Waluigi, unlock power-ups from like previous Mario games. There's so much you could do with the coins, and they completely waste it. The whole thing is find a million, and when you do, all you get is like some like title screen. I just dislike that. On the 3DS, games like Mario Kart 7 really show off the 3D very well. This game doesn't. With this game, I played this very relative to the other new Super Mario Bros. Games, and this one was the least impressive. I think it's by far the easiest. By far, all these games are not super challenging, but this was by far like the easiest. It's also the shortest too. I just don't love this game. I think it really was a huge waste. I would maybe go high D, C tier. Man, about this game, like, it's just for me really fell flat on arrival, and I'm not a huge fan of it.
So, so here's the thing. This game does kind of lose me in time, because like you said, off rip, you weren't really feeling it like when it first came out, right, Tanner?
Yeah, I got it, and like later that day, I was already on like the second to last area of the game. Like it's yeah,
So yeah, like in my case, I didn't get a 3DS until like way later, like maybe in 2019. So when I got this game, I thought, okay, man, I've been trying to play this game for the longest. It looked kind of cool because like when I saw other people play it, I was like, okay, they having fun with it. So at first I thought this game is cool, but now like as I'm playing it now, it just kind of loses me with the coin mechanic because like you said, there's no like challenge. There's no like I said, there's nothing new to this game. It's just kind of bland, and there's like lack of content compared to what the DS and even the Wii version. Like the Wii version had those like extra videos and like I don't know. Honestly, I probably put it in D. It just loses me in time, and I don't know. I think maybe if they had just added some kind of extra content other than just like this coin mechanic thing, I don't know. It could have been worthwhile, but it loses me the more times I play it. And honestly, like I said with the Wii version, I think this game's only fun with like two people, and that's if two people want to play this game. So what do y'all think?
Uh, yeah. I've actually played quite a bit of this game personally, and yeah, I would just say this is a very bland Mario game. I wouldn't say it's, I mean, I wouldn't say it's atrocious, but just for me, it's bland. Yeah, the whole coin gimmick isn't really significant. All I think you get is like a gold Mario statue or something like that.
yeah, on the title
And
screen.
yeah, exactly. Like, and you like, what's the point? Like, you collect. I think it's like it's some weird big amount, like a million or I don't remember, but it's a lot
And
of work for just that.
and you can collect 2 million as well. Why?
Yeah, yeah. It's very bland. I would say for me, just I would probably say D as well.
Well, same thing that has been said about it that you guys haven't already said. Like it's bland. Like again, like Akeem said, like I would watch people play it. Like I would have friends that would have it, and I would be like, "Yo, can I borrow that?" And I borrowed it one time because they let me borrow it, and I played it for like an hour, and I was like, "Damn, this is kind of boring." Not gonna lie. And again, like there's no reward factor with the coins. Like, hey, you get the title screen, and that's pretty. Anything so on the title screen, that's it. Could have like added, like Tanner said, like a buy. Y'all could have added like different rewards. The more coins you collect, could have added a new mode. Like another thing that I loved about the first one is the fact that they had mini games. Like this game had just a story and that a story mode, and that's it. Like there was nothing else that you could do to beat it. And I guess there was their stupid like coin rush mode, but like other than that, like who gives a fuck, you know? Like give me the Mario versus Luigi back. Give me the mini games back. Like that's what made the first one so memorable. Not because of the main game, but because of like the extra content that you got from it. Yeah, it's just a very boring, bland game. Like interesting concept was not executed well. For me, it's a D tier.
All right, well, on agreement. I think, yeah, the biggest thing about this is that it could have been good. Like you could have bought old power ups, or like imagine buying like, oh, at 10,000 coins you can buy could buy warrior, something like that. It's just kind of wasted it ultimately. I will say I did like Coin Rush though. That was kind of a solid mode. It goes in D tier. Speaking of D, we have Super Mario 3D Land. So what's good about this game? Well, the 3D is really good. I genuinely mean that. I think it's actually really great in this game. They bring back the Tanuki Leaf. It's pretty fun. This is not a terrible game by any means necessary, but it's not great either. In 3D Mario, we go from a beach in sunshine to a galaxy to now just back to the basic water stages, grass stages. The worlds don't even have theming. You just play through random levels. Sometimes they're good, but most of the time it's just very boring. it's just very bland. I played this game and I didn't hate it, so I'll probably go C tier. But there's nothing really exciting about it. And people say, well, it's supposed to be like a 2D Mario game in 3D. Well, that concept could have been done a lot better. Like like kind of how Sonic Generations did it. Like I would have loved it if you could have flipped back and forth. But you don't really do that. And if you want to do this game that's basically, 2D Mario in 3D, bring back like the Super Cape power up, bring back like the carrot from, the other games, like do more. So, yeah, I just felt like this game, I bought it, played it for about a year, then actually sold it to like Barnes and Noble or some shit. Like, I don't know. It's for me, C tier, maybe B if y'all really like it. But yeah, kind of just an game.
Yeah. Although I agree, it is kind of a game. I still kind of enjoyed it. Not gonna lie. I just flip on that 3D, and I don't know. I just have a lot more fun with that 3D on, just with with the effects of the 3D screen being all crazy. And with people saying that, oh, it's a 2D game, it's a 2D Mario game made into 3D, like you said. I think that kind of works for a game like this, but they definitely improved the formula with a later game we'll talk about. So, and that's the thing. It's kind of like like where's the extra content? Kind of like what we said about Mario Bros. 2. But at least with this, um, like I like it for what it did. I just think maybe it could have added like a little bit more. I'll put it in B because I still enjoyed it. So yeah, I'll put it at like lower B for me.
Yeah, so this is the one game I definitely played a lot growing up. So I'm gonna try my best to refrain from nostalgia, but I do agree some of a good chunk of the levels are kind of they're kind of yeah, I agree. And I think I will say the biggest thing holding it back is like I think most of the bosses was just uh the boom booms, I think they're called, and in
Yeah,
the
Mm.
Boom
Bowser
Boom and
fight.
Pom Pom. Yeah.
Yeah, I will say that that was probably my biggest gripe with the game. But I will say it also introduced a lot of different enemies into the Mario game that you wouldn't see. Like I think there was one where if you jumped, it was like a some brick wall kind of thing. If you jumped, the enemy also jumped. So it introduced a lot of different enemies for sure, and it had some unique levels here and there. So I personally give it low B for me.
Me, this is one of the games that also got early into the 3DS when it first came out. Again, imagine Christmas, you get a 3DS. Mario Kart 7 comes with it. You get 3D Land. Like, I had a lot of fun with this game. However, when it's being compared to one of the future additions to the Mario lineup, it's like meh. Um, However, obviously this is on a 3DS, less power, less it still has a good performance, just less power, less content. But again, I enjoyed what Mario said about the enemies. I enjoyed uh playing the game. The 3D elements of it were really fun. The perspectives that they gave you. I feel like this game is really easy for what it is. Uh, like the first few stages, I know in every Mario game like the first stages are easy, but like for this game like they put him like on baby mode. Not only that, but like if you die a certain amount of times, like they give you the golden Tanuki suit too, which makes you basically invincible. The only way you die is by falling off the stage. So, I don't know, I feel like for this game they held your hand very easily, like all the time. And they've tried making it more friendly towards children because they knew children would probably be playing it also on the DS. And again, with like what Mario said about the bosses, they could have done so much. The bosses, I think, and they didn't. They had the same boss over and over and over. And I don't even remember if we fight Bowser in this at all, do we? Like, I don't even
Yeah,
remember
he's the
Yeah,
final
at
boss.
the end.
The
Yeah,
final
okay,
boss
like,
is really good in the game.
yeah,
yeah, and
but
actually when you fight Bowser, it's that one where you like hit the switch and you can skip all that shit if you have the Tanuki.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
that's the thing.
So
Forgot
what
about that.
are
For
you
me,
good
this
with?
is uh tier opinion. Not gonna lie,
Which one?
tier.
Did you say A or B? Okay.
as in
Uh,
cock.
oh, C tier. Okay. We'll have it end of B tier. I think we all agree on that. Okay, New Super Mario Bros. U. This is my favorite New Super Mario Bros. Game. Is it the best game that Mario's ever been in? No, but it's fun. I think there is new stuff to this game to a degree. I like how the different lands are based around candy. They have different designs with them. Like if you look at say like the jungle stages from the DS, Wii, and New Super Mario Bros. 2 compared to this game, it's a bit different. You have some haunted forest elements. Like this game felt different enough. I love the squirrel power up. I like the baby Yoshi element. The boss fights were fun with the Koopalings. I love the extra modes you can do. This is probably my favorite 2D Mario game. I when I this game came out, I really loved it. On replay, I like it a bit less. I would maybe go high B, low A. I think this game had some new elements to it, lived up to the name. And on the Wii U, I think it was a pretty fun game, even on the Switch. So yeah, I like New Super Mario Bros. U. I would probably go like low A, high B, depending where y'all stand on it.
I give you a high B for sure. I think it was a much better improvement over two because at least even though like the extra content in this I feel isn't as good as like Wii's or DS's, I still think at least there's extra content in this one compared to two. So um and another thing is, did you bring up the HUD, like the map in this game,
I
Tanner?
did not, but that's a really good element. I love it. How you can
Yeah,
see all of everything all at
right.
once. Really cool.
Yeah, it's like all one big area, and like at least that's a creative way of utilizing the map in this, like to keep the journey going in this game. And I also really like how Peach's castle is like, it's like lava, and then after you beat the game the lava's gone. So I also like that detail. And another thing I like is that like if there's 5 players, whoever has the gamepad on the on the Wii version, they get to put like platforms and stuff. And even though like it could be considered like, like a holding your hand like a baby mechanic, at least it can be used like in a strategic way or a creative way. So at least they utilize the gamepad's advantage at that time. So I
Or
I
no way
put
to
it,
fuck others up.
yeah, that too. That was fun. So I'd probably, if I had to put it above or below Wii, I'd probably put it above Wii. I'd probably put it above Wii.
So personally, I didn't grow up too much with this game, so I don't have too much to say. I played a bit of it, and um, it introduced a lot of stuff like the Yoshis, the different Yoshis. I liked that some levels were revolved around that. Like I think I remember one of the underground levels, you have to use a light Yoshi to see because it's too dark. So I like things like that, and some of the levels were very pleasing to the eye. So personally, I'd say B tier for me.
Yeah, right off the bat, I think I'm gonna put this game B tier. Again, I loved it. I thought it was pretty fun for what it was. Again, like Mario said, the different Yoshis were a pretty fun element. Added to like the new Super Mario Bros. Series. The balloon Yoshi, the light up Yoshi, and they were just all pretty fun. The levels were pretty fun. Um, Not the worst. For the new Super Mario Bros. Series, I think I will have to agree. Like it's probably the best out of that. The title. Um, I mean, the boss fights too. I mean, I know it's just the Koopalings, but I like the different, settings, the different like hazards that they would against you. Um, I haven't played this game in years. It's, rip the Wii U, but like um, what I remember, like again playing with again, it's another one of those situations where playing with your friends or playing multiplayer makes it better. Sure, and the fact that you could, 5 players. Sure, the fifth player isn't really doing much but putting platforms, but still fun to mess with everyone else and like other people over. Again, killing each other is like fun as hell. I will agree with Tan on the level designs. They did get slightly more creative. These instead of the classic. Like, it was still like grasslands. It was still desert, ice, and all that, but they added different elements to it. instead of it just being plain. Um, Also, will say that I do love the acorn power up, the flying squirrel one. I enjoy it for what it is. It's pretty uh, clever. Not better than the Tanuki by a long shot. I still thought it was pretty fun power up to use every now and then.
So we all
Would
good
be
with
here, yeah, for me.
the above we? Okay. Mario, I do like. I want to mention this real quick. How you mentioned how good the graphics are. Like, not they're not amazing, but I do like the bright colors. That was a good point. Okay,
Also, Picorn is
so
broken.
yeah, yeah, it is. I don't know, but I also think this game is better 4 player wise. Like, I think it's better made for 4 players compared to the Wii version. Okay, so Super Mario 3D World. I this might be more of a debate based on what you guys were saying about 3D Land. You're like, oh, the 3D World is better than 3D Land. Well, let me get that out of the way. What do I like? I really like the cat power up. Amazing. You can crawl, you can pounce, acts like a cat. Awesome. Glad I was in the Mario movie. Like how all 4 characters are here. I think the big thing with this game is that the multiplayer, while fun, and playing it with y'all on the Switch version really was fun, and I agree. I still think the level design is a bit too weird. Certain levels in single player, because I played this game in single, 2 player, and all 4, so I've done all of them. Sometimes certain stages in multiplayer feel great, sometimes they feel too cramped. In single player, sometimes they feel too open. I get it, that's hard to design a game like that, but I just think they could have done a couple things better. The big thing about this game is there's some really fun stages, like the Bowser Train ones I love. There's some stages in this game that I'm like, wow, this is like the quality of like Sunshine and Galaxies level making. It's just not consistent though. Like the later half of this game, like the World Bowser, how that's like a Bowser amusement park is awesome. Awesome, like going to Bowser Land and like having the Ferris wheel that's like a Koopa Clown car. All that's awesome. I love after how there's like a Super Mario Galaxy inspired area. Rosalina's playable. That's really cool. Like there's some really awesome stages. That one based off Mario Kart is really cool. I just wish there was a bit more of it. I would probably say this is like a high B or low A for me.
I think for 3D World, this is probably like maybe the one Mario game I could see myself playing by myself for a while. Um, and especially if you have multiplayer, then the game's like 10 times as more fun. So again, similar to Mario Bros. U, I really like what they did with the HUD world. They made it a lot more like interactive, where you can enter Captain Toad's level or the hedges and get like items and stuff. So I really like what they did with like the 3D HUD and finally implemented that into a 2D turn 3D Mario game. So I'd probably go with like low A because of like what it achieves and the little details um, included with it, but more fun in multiplayer. So I go with low A for me.
Ooh. Oh man, this is gonna be a tough one. Um, so I grew up with this game. I played the shit out of this game. Um, I've completed it about, well, main story wise, because I'm not gonna lie, the last level kicked my ass. But
Champions Road.
yeah, yeah, that level, jeez. Um, but yeah, I've completed it like 3 times, I think, in total. Um, and I just love everything about it, like the level design. Like there's some crazy good levels. Like I think there's like a one where you escape the, what are those things called, the fuzzies at the knit, like these.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's in like the 6th one. Yeah.
yeah, there's some really cool levels like that, and there's some levels where I think you have to dress up as a Goomba and avoid like the searchlight. Or there's just a ton of levels with a lot of gimmicks, and maybe that's just me, but I really enjoy that. It keeps the levels fresh, and you don't know what you're gonna see at the next level, because like there's like a carnival level. There's not just sand and ice levels. I mean, there's some of those, but I think it's really unique to the point where like in the ice levels you have the little skates that you ride around. I just love everything about the level designs. and the final boss fight as well. It's one of my favorites for sure. The final boss with Cat Bowser. Um, and yeah, like you guys said, different characters you can play as with their different abilities. So, and multiplayer, this game is fun. I will say the only gripe I have is the camera, but of course that's hard to like you said, Tan, to make that work in a large 3D Mario game. So, um, I would probably have to say S tier on this one for me.
I'm gonna have to agree with Mario on this one, man. Like this game is an easy S tier for me, man. Like playing the shit out of this game with and even alone, like it's pretty fun. What I love about this game is difficulty. Like yeah, the first worlds are like really easy, but the more you progress into the game, it gets really more difficult, and we are all witnesses to that. Like we started having a little bit more trouble the later worlds when we were all playing together on the Switch. Can't even imagine like what Champions Road is gonna be like if we were all to ever get there. I have played Champions Road. I've done game 100% all the way with my siblings, and every single time we have a blast playing this game. Champions Road like it's like a good reward after beating it. Like you spent so much time on this damn game, and the final level is a level that's hard, and it's hard. It has no checkpoints. It's a good thing. And you might lose all your fucking lives on this level, but that's okay because that's what Champions Road is. I had so much fun with this game. The 3D World was so much fun, and the fact that they introduced it again in the Switch, they re-released it on the Switch, online multiplayer, made it even better, along with Bowser's Fury. I also had a good time with little good addition to the game. Uh, Power-ups, also enjoyed the power-ups. You know, we got the Mega Mushroom, even if it was just like for one level or a few. We got the Mega Mushroom bag. We got the Boomerang Flower. We got the cannon box, the propeller box, which they're simple, but they were still there. We got the suit. We got the cherry power up. Like, yeah, like I loved so much about this game, and then every now and then, I enjoyed also the Captain Toad levels. You know, a little bit of added puzzle to the game, a little break from the platforming and all that. Still a bit of platforming, but with puzzle solving. Dude, like this game just holds so many memories for me. Like even without the nostalgia value, like I still think this is an S tier game. Like it's just that fun, it's that entertaining, and compared to like some of these other games, like I would play this game over any other game on this list, in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie. The S tier for me. High S tier for me, actually.
Okay, so we have to come to settle on this. So,
I changed my mind. S tier.
why I King?
Oh,
Yeah, you guys kind of won me over. I'm like, yeah, this game is fucking fun.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I thought of a freaking memory from a while back when we played this at Gaming Zone, not sponsored. When like when you, me, was it all four of us, like me, you, Mario, and was Tanner there too, or was it somebody else?
No,
I
someone
think I
else.
think it was someone else because Tanner's never really been in gaming. It was either my
Right.
brother or it was Sean. I'm not sure.
Right. And like like when people would like watch us play, and then like we was playing Champions Road, and we was in the cannon, and then another one of our friends walked up, and it was like, "What the fuck, Paul?" And it was like the funniest shit ever. You remember that
Yeah.
shit? I was like, yeah, it's
All
just
right.
like little shit like that. I'll go with S. This game is kind of fun. I wouldn't really put it in lower A. I would definitely put it in S. I changed my mind.
So I'm trying to figure out where in A to put it because I'm going high B, and we said S tier is unanimous. So
So probably high A,
I A. Yeah.
high A above any.
Fucking stupid, but whatever, dude.
I mean, I just think this game, like, there's good moments. I just wish it was, I think, more consistent. You know.
I
L10.
respect your opinion. Yeah.
Okay, I'll ask you guys this. Edgar and Mario, have you guys ever played this game single player?
Yes, it's still good. It's
Still good.
Okay, so that's good. Yeah, it's just, I'm trying to figure out well, I'll play it over
Okay,
Galaxy.
10. Okay, 10. Okay, 10. What's like the deal breaker for you on this game? Like for real, for real. Like what do you despise a lot about this game?
I think some of the level design could have been a bit better. And I think the game. Like, I don't like the flagpole at the end. I think the green stars, like, it still has some 2D elements. I think kind of keep it from being the best game it could be.
Isn't it funny though? Like when you're all trying to reach for the flagpole and then someone misses it and then it just turns into a bubble. Like that shit's funny as fuck, man.
I got it! I got it! Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
Yeah, I mean, I guess with the fun arguments, like I think most of the Mario games are fun, so I don't think that works on me as much. Um, would you guys have this or Galaxy 2?
This
This.
Yeah, world.
Okay, well we'll put it top of A tier for that. Um, okay, so for Super Mario Odyssey, um, the way I view this game is kind of the way how Edgar and Nakeem, you guys view Galaxy. I like a lot about it. I love the soundtrack. I like the world design. I just think with this game, it wasn't as wow for me as it was with other people. Um, I think sometimes I like how it's open world. That's a very unique thing about this game, and that's why I think Super Mario 3D World struggles is more the linear design. But going back to Odyssey, I think sometimes some of the lands feel a bit cramped, but man, so many fun kingdoms. The Luncheon Kingdom, the different like, even though they have like jungle areas and stuff, they do variations on them. I love how you take over enemies. If y'all love this, I'll go S tier. I'm gonna vote for S tier. If not, I'll have it high A for me. Really like Odyssey, and you can see the influence of it in the Mario movie, like how much people love and respect this game.
Yeah, nah, this is still an S tier game for me because like, when I first played it, and well, I didn't first play it when it first came out, but maybe like a year ago. I just remember just playing this game straight through, and because I was just having so much fun exploring the world, and like using Cappy and taking over whatever I can, just for fun. And like there's just this game is very like strategy friendly, like yeah, there is an obvious order. You can get the shines, the moon. That's it, shines, moons, and like it's kind of like semi open worldish, which I guess in a way Mario never really took that direction until now. So that's what I really appreciate about this game is moving the Mario franchise forward instead of like repeating a formula from a previous game. And like I said, I really love the game's graphics. It looks great, and I just I also really love the creative uses of Cappy and how many things you can take over. And although yeah, you still kind of like play as Bowser, conceptually, yeah, you've played as Bowser in other games, but I kind of like the way it was presented here, if that makes sense. Like like the Mario and Luigi games, like Bowser Inside Story and all that, or Smash Bros. So maybe playing as Bowser may not be special, but I like the way that it was utilized in this game here. So yeah, I still go with like lower S for me.
Yeah, so like the points mentioned before, this is an amazing game. The first time I booted it up and I was at Cascade Kingdom, the waterfalls, the music, I was like, "Oh my goodness, what the hell? This is a Mario game." The whole open world aspect is really eye-opening. It really works well with the Mario game, and Cappy, like you guys mentioned before, the implementation of it was really good. Like you get introduced to using Cappy with a freaking dinosaur. It's really badass. It's a good mechanic. Doesn't interfere too much with the gameplay, but is also a really like wow mechanic. So yeah, and a lot of different bosses too. So like I think there was the under the ice under the Sand Kingdom. There's like a uh, I guess like a Mayan head you have to fight. So there's like a lot of different bosses. So personally for me, I would have to go highest tier for me.
me, this game is gonna have to go in like A. So that I did enjoy the game for what it was. However, I don't know what about it. I like the graphics, the art style, I like everything about the game. But me, like, it's fun, but I felt, kind of like, what else? At the end of it. I don't remember have too many fond memories of the game. I had fun for what it was. I enjoyed the different kingdoms. I enjoyed a lot about it. I will say I do like the costumes. Though, like I think that once you get to like the Mushroom Kingdom, um, get to unlock the 64 Mario. I thought that was pretty neat. You can unlock them all. I don't know if you get a specific reward for collecting all the moons. I could be wrong. Sure. But in terms of like these other games, I feel like I would say the other games, but apart from this one, like once I completed everything, like it's been years since I played the game, picked it up, opened it up. But after 100% completing it, like nothing else really to do or get back into it. I guess you could say that with any Mario game, but like with this one, I don't know. I did like the Cappy feature. I thought it was pretty neat, Like Mario said, like they introduced you with Cappy immediately with a fucking T-Rex. Again, that's pretty cool. The fact that you can also like fucking possess humans, bro, like what the hell? You can just go into like a regular fucking person and just like take over their shit. I like the different. I loved like how much different elements they add and different uniqueness they add to this game. I don't know, like for me myself, I can't put it in S for some reason. I just can't. I don't know why. I remember being excited for it, but I cannot put it in S. I don't know. I can't give you a reason why. I just know that it belongs in high A. I will say I will play it more than 3D World though. I would play it more than 3D World. But again, I don't know. I just can't put it in S. I will say I also like when he turns into like the 2D Mario again, the 8-bit. I think that's pretty cool. And yeah. Other than that, it's an A tier game for me. For me at least. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, I can see
Y'all
what you
said
mean.
S.
I see what you mean, Edgar. Because like when I think part of the people love this game is because it's returned back to open 3D Mario, and everyone was hyping it up. And I got this game like 2 years later. And I'm like, okay, here we go, ready to be blown away. And I really liked it. But yeah, I would say S tier has to be unanimous. So would you have it over Galaxy 2 or in between Galaxy 2 and 1?
I'll have it over Galaxy 2.
Okay, we'll have a top of A. And speaking of S tier, hearing you guys talk about it and seeing the Mario movie when Cat Mario appeared, and when I thought of it, I'm like, man, Super Mario 3D World's such a fun game, and all the good memories came back. I am gonna go Super Mario 3D World. I'm gonna put it bottom S tier. I'll put it bottom S tier. I would vote that. So, would you guys have 3D World over 64 DS in S?
I think I'm gonna have it right there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
same-
I'm good
same
with it
here.
right there. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good with that.
Okay. Are y'all good with the tier list, how it stands?
I think I'm pretty good with this. Although,
As you can see, everyone, no F tier Mario games.
New Super
This
Mario Bros.
setup.
2 was pushing it. It was
He
pushing
wa-
it.
he almost got there. You're right. It almost did get there. I almost gave it an F,
I
but
changed my mind. Put Lost Levels in F right now. No, I'm joking.
Okay.
No, I'm just playing. Oh, there was an idea that when Edgar was sharing his opinion on like Odyssey, like you know how like after you beat the game,
Yeah,
so
there's no bonus area really. Well, the one they have is kind of lame. Yeah.
you know what would have been cool. So like
What?
you guys remember Rayman Legends, right?
Yeah, fun game.
it's an
You know,
amazing game.
like
tier.
after you beat like the main game, it has Rayman Origins as extra stages, and not just like some, but like every single stage from Rayman Origins.
Mhm.
What if like because you can go to Peach's castle? What if they like put the Mario 64 like
Yeah.
area in
Oh.
Odyssey after post game or something just for extra content?
That would have been cool. I think
Yeah.
there's yeah. The more Edgar talked about, it, I'm like, yeah, I like Odyssey, but there was things I think could have been better.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that would have been sick extra content. Like, and not just like the, well, realistically, if they did do that, they would go with the original. But like, if they did
Yeah.
64 DS and like like included all those levels, that would have been cool and justified the 999 moons you can collect in this game.
Oh my fucking god.
I
Like,
think I think if like say Galaxy 2 came out, then we got Odyssey, I think the hype would be a bit lower because I just think people loved how it's back to form. So,
yeah. So
you
yeah, other
all,
than
you all,
that,
all agree with their list?
yeah,
Yeah, looks good to me.
maybe.
All right, well that was definitely a lot more argumentative than the MCU tier list, but hey, that's the fun. Showing our opinions. Thank you all for watching the Time podcast, episode 3. If y'all have anything you want to plug, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I got an Instagram and a YouTube channel that's kind of dusty, but subscribe
Fuck
to it
your
if y'all want to.
Instagram.
Oh yeah, fuck your Instagram.
I don't do shit on my Instagram. Fuck you. Yo, Luigi, Black Luigi looking ass.
Mario, do you have
My
anything
hero
to plug?
looking ass.
No,
Yeah,
I
bitch
think
ass up.
I'm good. I think I'm good.
All right, well, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, baby.
Alright. Also, turn your head sideways. It looks like the tier list is flicking us off.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yo, for real, hold on. Hey, yo, this is for my bros DS. Why the fuck you flipping me off, bro?